Hey guys, welcome back. Today I've got another horror movie for you to check out called The Last Night in Room 103. And if you stick around until the end of the video, I've got a little something extra for you guys as well. So make sure you don't miss that. Now before we get into it, let me just say, this is not your typical ghost story. After a few minutes, she eventually manages to open it and goes to bed. She has dreams about being trapped in the hotel with her ex-boyfriend Mark and his new girlfriend. But as they're driving, she notices that they're driving past the same places that she recognized from the hotel. They eventually stop at a bar, and she thanks them for driving her there and begins to walk away. But the woman grabs onto her and asks where she's going and says that they need to talk. She tells Lisa that the hotel does exist, but it only opens once a year, and it's currently closed for the season. She looks in the mirror and sees scratches on her arm, which reminds her of a tattoo she saw on the girl from the window. She goes back to the room and sees the girl from the window standing there with the exact same tattoo. She gets in the car with Lisa and they speed off. But the clerk tells her that she hasn't checked in and that she's free to go. The boyfriend tells the bartender to bring another chair over, and the four of them begin to plan their next move. As she's gathering her things, she looks in the mirror again and notices that her hair is now a bright red, the same as the woman's. It's actually the highest rated movie on Letterboxd out of anything I've seen. For those of you that watched my last video, you know that I'm obsessed with collecting these Polaroid cameras. Comes in its original box. Look at that. Let's take a look at them, shall we? There's one right there. I love this thing. I love the Polaroid cameras. I just think they're so cool. And this one's even cooler because it's from the first production year. So I'm going to keep this safe. It's a little bit pricey, so I'm probably not going to use it too often. It's just so cool to have. It's beautiful. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. That's Polaroids. You know how it is. Always a little blurry. Well, classic old school. Let's see what else we got. Oh my god, that one's beautiful. What about this one? Look at this one. Whoa. That's scary. How about this one? I love that one. I love the contrast in that one. And we got one more. Look at this one. Classic. Beautiful. Wow. I've always wanted one of these cameras since I was a kid. And I finally got my hands on the rarest Polaroid camera ever. I showed it to you guys already, but this is a 1987 vintage Polaroid camera. This is from the very first production year of the original Polaroid camera ever. This is model 2000. This thing is extremely rare. And if you haven't seen it yet, I definitely recommend it. Not saying that's a good thing, because some of the movies I watch are super low budget and absolutely terrible. But it's the highest rated, and I thought it was a great movie. She runs to the car and speeds off. Lisa demands answers, but the girl refuses to speak. She also reveals that the room Lisa was staying in is actually the woman S, and that the sex that Lisa heard while she was sleeping was actually the woman and her boyfriend. She screams and runs to the bedroom to confront the woman, but she's nowhere to be found. She does, however, find her boyfriend there, and he tells Lisa that the woman left him and ran away with the girl. He tells Lisa that he'll help her escape. At one point, she tries to run away, but while she's asleep, she is awoken by someone having sex in the room next door, and she thinks that it's happening in her room. While she's in there, she sees a couple making out in one of the stalls, and she realizes that they all drugged up and high. So she goes back to retrieve them, where she runs into the same couple from the bathroom again. She gets her stuff and leaves. She freaks out and runs out of the bathroom and outside of the bar. She's thrown into a room with the same girl from the window and the woman from the bar. Both of them are naked except for their shoes. And Lisa quickly realizes that she is now a prisoner. The woman explains that she and her boyfriend are running a cult, and that Lisa has been chosen as the next sacrifice. She then ties Lisa up and begins to drug her. A guy from the biker gang follows her out, and she runs to a car and hides in the back seat. The woman from the bar follows her there and tells her that she didn't mean to scare her, and explains that they were both high, and that they were doing drugs to forget their problems. She tells Lisa that the hotel is real, but it's not dangerous, and asks her if she wants to go back with them and finish the night there. This is more like a psychological thriller with some elements of a ghost story. I'd probably classify it as more adult. But it really depends on your own personal comfort levels with some of the themes that are shown in the film. If you're easily triggered by things such as implied sexual assault, abuse, or violence against women, then this might not be the movie for you. As she's leaving, she notices a girl standing at the window who appears to be crying, and she recognizes her from the front desk. She goes downstairs and checks out, only to find out that the hotel doesn't actually exist, and she'll coo and find her way back to the main road. So she starts walking through this forest path and comes across an old house and seeks shelter there. And also, it does have some pretty intense scenes. And there are some full frontal nude scenes, so keep that in mind. That being said, I think it's a fantastic film and extremely well made for what it is. The film follows Lisa, who is trying to cope with her boyfriend Mark cheating on her. She decides she needs a vacation and books herself a night at the Paradise Hotel, just supposed to be like the place to relax. When she gets there, she finds out that they've overbooked and they don't actually have any record of her reservation. But because it's so empty, the manager just decides to put her up in room 103, which is supposedly the best room in the hotel. So he shows her to the room and leaves her alone. After unpacking, she goes out to the bar for a drink, and when she comes back, she notices that the door to the room, ain't open, and it seems to be locked from the outside. In the morning, she gets up and decides to leave. She meets a man and a woman inside, and they tell her that she's probably lost and offer to drive her to town. Lisa, confused and still freaked out, goes to the bathroom to try to collect herself. Lisa refuses and tries to leave, but soon realizes that she's forgotten her wallet and phone in the other bar. As she's walking home, she is jumped by the bikers and taken to a house. Lisa wakes up and breaks free and runs to the bathroom to hide. Lisa goes back to the bathroom and looks in the mirror again and notices that she has the same tattoo. They run to his car, but before they can get in, the woman appears and shoots the guy. At a motel, Lisa gets ready to leave. She goes to pay the bill. We later see the woman and her boyfriend at the bar they visited earlier, and they are now joined by two other girls who appear to be under the influence. So that is the film. Like I said, it's more of a psychological thriller than anything else. But I thought it was a really well-made movie. If you've watched it, let me know what you guys thought of it down below. Now for that extra little something that I promised. Well, I finally got my hands on it. I'm gonna do a little photo shoot here real quick. It's literally brand new. It's never been used. I've got some photos of Loki here. Yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.